Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday Preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday Preview, Machine vs. Machine. The robots go to war in this week's Sunday Preview, as two distinctly steely-eyed factions whir into a new edition of Warhammer 40,000. So here's a little video right here, but we're going to jump on down and take a look at the full article. Alright, so no big surprises here. We knew all this stuff was coming, and it does look like Games Workshop has switched to a 2-week pre-order period. So these are going to be the releases for 2 weeks from now. So you'll be able to pre-order them on Saturday, but the actual pre-order period will be 2 weeks before they ship. The first of our two mighty metal militants this week are the Necrons, an ancient race of cantankerous robots who long ago traded the weakness of the flesh for mechanical immortality. What could possibly go wrong with such a bargain? Budding Necron Pharaons, that's you guys, can take your revenge with a codex that'll let you dispatch endless legions of pitiless automata on a mission to destroy the fledgling empires stinking the galaxy up with all their flesh. Inside the book, you'll find 47 Necron Datasheets, 5 individual detachments, crusade rules to awaken your tomb world, and combat patrol rules for Imotek's Guard, which you can find out more about below. On top of that, there's a section of Necron history, society, and the main dynasties, as well as painting guide. Alright, so keeping up with what they've done previously, I'm assuming that one of those 5 detachments is going to be the existing detachment, and then we'll get 4 new ones. So very cool. It does look like we're going to get roughly like 5 or 6 for each army going forward. Codex Necrons comes in 2 flavors, the regular tome and the strictly limited collector's edition with a special soft touch cover, unique cover art and ribbon bookmark, as well as lavish green foil blocking. And obviously the old art right here is a cool picture and everything, but this new special edition art is absolutely beautiful. I love the darkness of the actual cover and then this awesome piece of art. Very, very cool. All right, and then we've got a couple of models coming here. Imotekh the Stormlord. Imotekh is perhaps the mightiest Necron overlord in the galaxy after the Silent King, and he's catching up with worrying speed. The Stormlord is now returning to the galaxy in a mighty panoply of plastic, standing tall and flexing his clawed gauntlet of fire. Imotekh is a mighty Pharaon indeed. In battle, his hyperlogical strategic skills confer an extra command point every turn, while an unnatural lightning strikes any foolish enough to approach. So one of the very, very strong abilities in the game, +1 command point every turn. Awesome. Alright, and then we have Orikan the Diviner, one of the most curmudgeonly Necrons in the galaxy. Orikan is a master astromancer with many millennia of experience who turns peevishness into art. Crucially, he's also perfectly capable of reducing his enemies to smoking craters of disassembled matter. As a master chronomancer, he affords his bodyguards a 4+ invulnerable save, and once per game, he can channel cosmic alignments to triple his strength and attacks in combat. Absolutely awesome model right here. Very, very cool. This paint job is amazing too. Alright, and then we have the Overlord with Translocation Shroud, and again, just an absolutely amazing model. All the most on-trend Overlords are traveling via extra-dimensional nether realms this aeon, and a Translocation Shroud is a coming thing to all the best royal courts. This clever little trinket allows the Overlord and a squad of his best buddies, mindless thralls, to advance 6 inches every time, phasing through terrain, buildings, and enemy units as they move. So definitely cool. Basically turns their like regular move into an auto advance 6 teleport. Alright, and then we have the Overlord with Tachyon Arrow. And this is the model from like the previous starter sets and also Indomitus, now going to be offered individually for the first time. And same thing here as well for the Royal Warden. Alright, and then we have the new Combat Patrol Necrons. Imotek's Guard is a new Necron Combat Patrol, arriving with 19 miniatures for use in full games of Warhammer 40,000 and fast and furious bouts of Combat Patrol. It contains an Overlord with a Tachyon Arrow, a Canoptic Doomstalker, 3 Scorpec Destroyers with Plasma Sight, 3 Scarab Swarms, and 10 Necron Warriors. Grab the Combat Patrol rules from our downloads page, and check back next week for a video on how to paint your Undying Legion. So very cool, much better than the previous Combat Patrol. Alright, and then we have the Necron Datasheet cards and dice. And we do see a little sneak peek of the dice right here, and I do like the contrast of like the brown with the bright green right there. The Necrons get the essential accessory treatment with a comprehensive set of data cards and a packet of 16 6-sided dice with a faction icon on each 6 face. The cards include 47 individual data sheets for quick reference on the fly, 5 more for the Combat Patrol, and 1 card to remind you of your army rule. Alright, and then we have Codex Adeptus Mechanicus. The devotees of the machine god may have a mite more flesh than the Necrons, but these stubborn cyborgs are no less truculent. They too are receiving 2 codexes, a standard edition and collector's edition with a fancy cover and ribbon bookmark, and red foil blocking. Both editions offer the same contents within. You'll get 30 data sheets covering every cyber soldier at your disposal, as well as 5 diverse detachments to help spread the good word of the Messiah. On top of that are some excellent painting guides, artwork, and sections on lore, plus rules for Crusade and the new Combat Patrol. So again, I have to say they have killed it here. So they use the just regular old reused cover art on the actual codex. And then for the special edition, the limited edition codex, they've got like the kind of like red and dark outline. Very, very nice piece of art, and it stands out. You know, and I really like this because it actually looks special as opposed to some of the earlier codexes this edition, which were literally like the same art. So yeah, good job Games Workshop on actually distinguishing the limited edition from the regular. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. Alright, and then we have the Sydonian Skratos. The Sydonian Skratos is a supreme sniper sentinel supporting the longest legs in the grim darkness of the far future. They delight in taking out enemy troops or tanks with a choice of Radium Jazel or Transuranic Arquebus. And while they loom larger over the battlefield, they're hard to put down. You can't even target them from more than 12 inches away. So pretty cool. Definitely the type of model where you either love it or hate it. I think it's alright. Hopefully it's functional in game terms as well. Definitely does feel like the Ad Mech kind of got a little bit shafted on this. Not this specific model, but just like the lack of support for this new launch. Alright, so the Adeptus Mechanicus did get a brand new combat patrol. Purge Court Stealthic 9 are the new Adeptus Mechanicus combat patrol, comprising 19 miniatures led by the portly tech priest Manipulus Scand. He heads up a rapid response unit and 3 Cerberus Cypher Hounds, which can also be made with Cerberus Raiders, 5 Taraxi Sterilizers, which can also be built as Taraxi Skystalkers, and 10 Skitarii Vanguard, who may also be built as Skitarii Rangers. They come with a full set of rules for games of combat patrol and make a fast-moving contingent for Warhammer 40,000 army. So pretty nice here. I do like this one. It's a little bit more quick. I am interested, and hopefully they will address it in this article, maybe under the cards, whether or not the old combat patrol will continue to exist. Because I do like the idea of everybody having one combat patrol and then them slowly adding in a second one as well. Alright, so here's the Adeptus Mechanicus datasheet cards and dice. This set of 35 data cards comes with a red foil edging, comprising all 30 Adeptus Mechanicus datasheets, 4 combat patrol datasheets, and 1 army rule card. Complement your tabletop organization with 16 six-sided dice in a classic Martian red, sporting the classic cog symbol on each 6 face. So again, nice looking dice right here. I do like the swirls, the red, and then the nice contrast with the actual like pips. Unfortunately, it does look like they're going to get rid of the old combat patrol, which is really a shame. I'm not super surprised because of how they've changed like factions and everything, and the way the Space Marine combat patrols are. There's a bunch of different like faction specific ones, but it does say 4 combat patrol data sheets. So I am assuming that that means the old combat patrol is going to be gone, or at least it's not technically supported with like the data sheet cards and everything. So maybe it's not officially gone, but it's kind of on the way out if it's not getting supported. So that is unfortunate, as I was pretty optimistic that each faction was eventually going to end up with 2. It does look like they're going to be back to 1, but we shall see for sure. Just because it's not supported doesn't mean you can't use it. Alright, and then for Kill Team, we have the approved Ops, Tech Ops, and Mission cards. This set of 57 cards provides the quickest and most convenient way to set up match play games for Kill Team. Whether they are competitive or casual, it's an official update to the previous Critical Ops cards pack, which includes the 2022 Close Quarters update, including map cards, attack ops specific to Close Quarters games. So these sold out like ridiculously fast last time when they released them, and then I had a set on order forever, and they literally never shipped. I mean, it had been, I think at this point in time, over a year since they came out, never delivered. They did eventually put them online for free, so you could basically go and like download them or use them as a reference, but I do like that they're like reprinting these updated. But I would really like to see these things actually supplied like in a quantity that's good enough for the community, and then also like a regular addition to the store, not just a like, hey, get them now or forever hold your peace. Alright, and then we've got for Necromunda, the Ironhead Squat Prospector, Skalvian Explorator. So this thing is amazing. I really wish it wasn't going to be like forgeworld or resin, or if we're not using those words anymore, a 15 plus expert kit, wink wink. I do love this thing. It's absolutely awesome. If it was plastic, I would probably buy a bunch of them and use them in like literally everything. Go wild in the wastes with the Skalvian Explorator, a vehicular beast that veers off the trade routes, girdling Necromunda's deadly surface. Exclusively available to gangs and the Ironhead Squat Prospectors, the beefy all-terrain fortress on tracks can more than hold its own in even the most protracted battles out there in the Ash Waste. And once you're done, you'll earn credits from hauling precious cargo. This is an expert kit made from forgeworld resin. All right, and then we have Asun'ghar, the Lady of Ash. So again, very, very cool models right here. Unfortunate that they are, in fact, forgeworld resin. Of course, those meddling squats can't have it all their own way out in the deep wastes. Lady Ash is out there right now, leading the fight back for the Ash Waste nomads, accompanied by her loyal macro grapplehawk, Terror's Shadow. Asun'ghar is a house agent whose nomads gangs may petition for aid in the struggle against anyone making a stink outside the confines of the Underhive. She's made of forgeworld resin. All right, and then we have the Wastes Outpost. So this is basically just a combined pack of some of the pieces of terrain that just aren't selling. Hopefully they put like a nice discount on this, or it's just going to be like another flop. This terrain is actually pretty cool. It's just massively overpriced. Give the Lady of Ash something to reclaim with this massive bundle of Ash Waste terrain. It collects all of the Thedos pattern terrain kits for Necromunda, which can also well suited for games of Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, and Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, including one hab module, one extended hab module, a large platform, a tall platform, a small platform, and 4 walkways, enough to build a substantial Ash Waste settlement. So depending what the price is on this, I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere around like 120 or 30 bucks. I really think that you should look into buying the Ash Waste set. Still find it for about 50% of retail. So it retailed at about 300 bucks, and you can still find it online regularly for about $160, including shipping, which is a phenomenal deal for everything inside. And just another option for someone that might be interested in this style of terrain, because you get a bunch more gangs, rulebooks, and a ton of other stuff in that set for probably what's going to be around the same price as this. All right, and then from Black Library, we've got War Boss in paperback. We've got God Machines, a Titan Omnibus in paperback. And then for people interested in Space Marine, we actually have the box game Space Marine, the board game, coming to Japan and China as well. And a couple of holiday officially licensed products, the knitted chaos hat and scarf. Definitely a big fan of this. Even acolytes of the dark gods can feel the winter chill, and there's no better way to show your devotion and stay warm than with this knitted hat and scarf, set emblazoned with the 8-pointed star of Chaos Undivided, the Eye of Horus, and a bunch of skulls for good measure. These are on sale right now on the Warhammer web store and from selected Warhammer stores. And then we have a Christmas pin set. If the ruinous powers are a little on the villainous side for your taste, why not show your devotion to the Red Gobbo with the set of 3 festive pin badges? It contains 1 pin of the Revolutionary himself, 1 of his untrustworthy Squig Bouncer, and a gingerbread Gobbo. This set is on sale right now on the Warhammer web store and from the selected Warhammer stores. Okay, and I'm not going to lie, I don't normally get like super excited over Games Workshop's sort of like officially licensed products, but these are amazing. The Red Gobbo and Squig Slipper Socks. You can also keep your feet warm with 2 sets of Christmas Warhammer socks. One green and featuring the gruesome Gretchen visage of the Red Gobbo, while the other red and featuring the, if anything, even more gruesome face of a Squig. These 2 are available right now from the Warhammer web store and from selected Warhammer stores, except in China and Japan. So I absolutely love these things. They're awesome. Definitely a big fan. And I like that they are like the slipper socks. So they're like socks, but they're also slippers. All right, so very cool. Lots of stuff coming out here. Keep in mind, this is a 2-week pre-order period, so pre-orders will start next Saturday. For all those Necron and Ad Mech players out there, this is definitely super exciting. I'm definitely going to be picking up a couple of these Necron characters for my brother, the Codexes as well. And don't tell anybody, but maybe picking up some Christmas gifts from the officially licensed products. So let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up. Are you more into the Ad Mech? Are you after the Necrons? Neither one of them really interests you. We have obviously seen a ton of stuff coming down the pipe here. Lots of reveals from the recent show. If you haven't checked out that video, we did a little summary as well. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And of course, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.